Okay, so here we go. It is June the 14th, Wednesday night, live here. We're going to talk about healing, natural healing, and we're going to talk about the lymphatic system, of course. I'm a broken record. It's so easy. We just remove the obstructions that we put in the body and let the healing in. You know, the more I think about this, the easier it becomes. We have two major fluid systems in the body, the blood, which moves very quickly through the body. Very easy to clean, very easy to alkalize, and get oxygen too. You can do that through breathing, actually. But then we have the lymphatic system, which is a very slow moving system, and it's about 4 times bigger than the blood system, yet it's very much ignored. So that's where we base all our information, is basically removing the obstructions in that lymphatic system to get it flowing again. So this is when the healing comes in. We open up those kidneys. That's where this lymphatic acids and waste are filtered out of. We get the kidneys working again in the proper way and remove these acids from the body. The thing with acids is that it causes inflammation. The acids cause an inflammatory response in the body, which then makes that lymph very thick and stagnant, and then it doesn't move, and it coagulates, and it attracts all kinds of parasites and bad bacteria and viruses and funguses and all kinds of things. So really, really simple. Move your lymph, and you got to get the kidneys filtering, of course, and just move the lymph. And how do we do that simply? We basically take in the proper food, which is basically raw fruits and vegetables. Mostly fruits. Fruits dissolve mucus. They get it moving again. This is true hydration. When you get the acids out of the body, acids are very drying. When you get the acids out of the lymphatic system, especially, that's when true hydration comes in. You can drink all the keg and water you want. You're not going to get true hydration. True hydration comes deep down, actually at the cellular level and inside the cells too. When the acids are out, that's when the alkaline balance is restored, and alkalization is true hydration. So anyways, so we get back to the proper food, really simple diets. Our natural diets, we're a fruitarian species, mostly a tropical. Our bodies were designed for the tropics. We moved on, of course, to populate the planet and had to eat what we could eat. I always say, people that are stranded on lifeboats have eaten their leather shoes. I mean, you'll eat anything if you need to, but if there is fruit available, we'll naturally go to that. You can put a bunch of fruit and meat or dairy or whatever on a baby's plate. They'll go for the fruit instantly. So it makes you feel good. It really, really takes the pain away, because acids are painful. And I know this because I had the fibromyalgia in my knees, and my joints would hurt like crazy. When you get the acids out, you just don't hurt, and at least as much as I used to. So there's many benefits to this. So yeah, we get the kidney door open. We learn how to move lymph. We learn how to eat right, and we also help the other areas of elimination, like the bowels. Want to keep those moving. That's the center of the body. Want to keep. You want to have 2 or 3 bowel movements a day. If you're not having that, you're constipated. And if you're eating a normal standard American diet, chances are you're constipated. I think the average American only moves their bowels about 3 or 4 times a week. So this is really chronic constipation. And of course, those acids and toxins are going to back up into the body. So that's a major area of elimination. Another major area is, of course, the skin. The skin is the third kidney. If the kidneys can't handle it, it sends it out to the skin. Then the skin gets backed up. It gets overloaded. It gets acidic. And it starts to fill up with toxins and acids, and you get all kinds of skin problems. So that's where that stems from. So those major areas of elimination are really, really important to get open for detoxification, and very, very simple. So I know I'm a broken record. It gets easier and easier the more I talk about it. I just say open the kidneys, move the lymph. Pretty easy. Get back to your normal diet. Now we use the herbs to give us a little bit of a bump. The herbs are vegetables with an attitude. They help stimulate things, and they have astringent properties. Some of them which pull, and strengthening properties. They're cellular proliferators. They strengthen the cells. There's a lot of qualities in the herbs that really help in detoxification, natural healing. So this can all be done without fancy chemicals, fancy pharmaceuticals, all that kind of stuff. It can be done very, very simply. that's how you were designed. That's how this whole world was designed, in simplicity. Um, just I'll call it the higher powers handle the complexity. We don't even need to know about that. If we can just handle the simple things like getting back to our natural diet, and getting some herbs in us, only because we cause some pretty massive stagnations in the body. You'll notice animals too. I know when I take my dog Bitsy for a walk, sometimes she'll just be walking along, and every once in a while, maybe every week or two, she'll just start eating some grass because she needs a little bit of whatever that is in that live living grass. So I'm sure as in our more primitive state, maybe we did take in herbs naturally. Maybe we had an intuition on maybe eating some dandelion to help clear that liver and those kidneys, maybe eating a little plantain to help move lymph. A lot of these weeds that we think are nuisances are actually all around us, and they're really, really great for detoxification and strengthening the body. So nature is a very, very powerful, fantastic force. All we try to do is return to nature. And get back to nature, get back to simplicity. And, we just talk about nuances here, how to steer the course, so to speak. But if you can just get on a high fruit diet with some salads, you're going to do great. And learn a little bit about herbs, and learn how to get keep those bowels moving, and and there's specific things you can do too to go after certain areas, which we talk about. But a lot of the stuff that I talk about is just to help you out, because most of us have let ourselves go so much. When you can restore the body back to its natural state, you just maintain a good diet and some simple things, and you'll be good to go. So let's jump into the questions here. That's what you're all here for. I just do my opening blurb just for a lot of newcomers come in. I'm sure a lot of people leave once they understand what we're all about, which is great. Yeah, let them leave and go out and do their thing. It's not complicated. You don't need to study this forever. So we got Alicia in the house. Hey, Mark, you look so healthy and rested today. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot. I did sleep pretty good last night, so thank you. AKA Suzanne. Hi, Mark and all. Hi, Suzanne, also known as. Okay. So Alicia, what is causing intense meat and salt cravings? Okay, well, let's just take, you got a couple questions here. Okay, so I'm not always like this, but before my period, my body wants those dead meat and salt so badly that I turned into an angry troll until I cheat. Okay, so so meat, I've talked about this before. Meat is, it's very stimulating to us. And a lot of people say, God, when I stop meat, I really drop down. Well, the problem is with the meat is those animals are really, really smart. They know they're going to die. They see their friend, screaming, and they smell the blood. I mean, I don't want to get into it, but it's a pretty nasty thing at those slaughterhouses, and they're not stupid. So they start pumping the adrenaline. Their adrenals start firing, and you get all that epinephrine and adrenaline, in that meat. So we eat this meat, and we get it because that meat's just permeated with the blood, right? And so we get addicted to those neurotransmitters. So we like that stimulation, okay? And the salt cravings, not so sure about the salt cravings, why that is. I would say offhand it's a mineral utilization problem, but it's probably something more emotional than that. It's stimulant, it stimulates you. So I think a lot of this is really psychological. We're so tied to food psychologically that there's so many ties to food, because mom cooked it for you, grandma cooked it. It's all part of our family. Even working families, we get around meals all the time, even though it's not every night. But there's a lot of emotional ties to it. And, before your period, you're extra emotional, a lot of people. So I would just look into the emotions, and know that it'll pass, and try not to give in the angry troll thing. a lot of that is just when you get the glands rebalanced, a lot of that changes, and the glands, like any other cell, any cell in the body is going to, if you're not doing this right, you're going to get full of acids and mucus and pus. They're just not going to function correctly. So, the main thing is to get those glands, cleaned out and reset. And this is where the herbs really come in. There's a lot of good herbs that go after those glands, and we have glandulars too to kickstart them. So you want to work on those glands. That will help you emotionally too. Our emotions are tied to the glands. In fact, the glands are in the exact same place as our chakras. So these ancient cultures knew about this, and they're energy wheels. So when we clean out those glands, a lot of our emotions settle down, and we get better control of them. And so it's a wonderful thing when that starts to happen. So I would say just keep detoxing. Get on. I would definitely check your adrenals too. A lot of this stuff a lot of these emotions are tied to adrenals, especially anxieties and I think anger is liver too. You want to do a liver cleanse. You really can't do a good detox without a liver cleanse, not necessarily cleanse, but a liver detox. I know on all of Dr. Morse's kits, the first month there's liver formulas, liver gallbladder to help that. Detox in itself will help clear that liver. A lot of people like to do the liver flushes. They're pretty harsh. I don't do them, but maybe I should. Detox and those liver gallbladder formulas really help that. So I would work on those things and try not to give into that. But if you do, don't beat yourself up. Maybe just do half. Back yourself off, titrate off, and go after it that way. Okay. So good. All right. So we got Brandon. Brandon D. Can anxiety cause inflammation in the body from the stress? Yes, it can, and here's how. Okay. So as I was just saying, anxiety is tied to the adrenal glands. Okay. When you have either weak or overstimulated adrenal glands, it's both the same thing. They're both just malfunctioning adrenal glands, and detox is what helps that. And the herbs can help strengthen that. A lot of us have really shot adrenals because we lead stressful lives, and what happens is those adrenals go into a fight or flight mode. They have a function where they can pump out that epinephrine, and you can run from that animal and all that, but when we're fighting traffic on the freeway and the boss is yelling at us and all these things, whatever your life is, they're stressors. So a lot of times those adrenals just stick in that mode. In other words, they got the pedal to the metal, for a long, long time. So they burn out. All right. So the anxiety, when you're stressed out, you're overworking those adrenals. Now they don't have the energy to do some important functions that they do. These little walnut-sized glands are so important because they also make anti-inflammatory steroids. Okay, they fight acids in the body. Corticosteroids go out and they counter acids. Very, very important, especially progesterone. For countering estrogen. Testosterone and estrogen are very, very acidic hormones. So the progesterone really helps get counter that, the inflammatory qualities of that acidosis. So inflammation is a product of acidosis because, the body doesn't want to burn up. So it has an inflammatory response to that. So yes, weak adrenals is one of the great reasons why we have acidosis in our body. That's why we always go after those adrenals right off the bat. So yes, that's kind of a roundabout. I'm going to just back up and recap that. It's really simple. Weak adrenals don't produce enough anti-inflammatory steroids. The body becomes more and more acidic, and acids cause inflammation in the body. So that's how it works. I hope that answers your question, Brandon. That's a great question. It's such a simple question that really is the basis for a lot of our suffering right there. Right there. Weak adrenals not keeping up with the acids and taking in too much acid-forming food in the body. Dairy, grains, and meat are all acid-forming. That's the basis of our diet, and white sugar. That's the basis of our diet in the West. Not mine, not yours probably, but a lot of people have that diet. So you got this extra acidic diet, and you've got weak adrenals. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to back up. You're going to gunk up. And by the time you hit 35, 40, your glands are just going down. And you're gaining weight and you can't lose it. You're lethargic. You're burning up. Your joints are starting to go. Heart's getting all inflamed. Head's all backing up. I mean, just on and on and on. An easy fix. Depending on how deeply you're stuck in it, though, it could take some time to turn it around completely. But once you get on the path for a little bit, it's going to start working for you. And you're just going to slowly back it down. So we got Alicia. Mark, I'm streaming you on my big theater screen in the den. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, great. Awesome. I don't know if I like to be brought up that big. So I don't have hair and makeup here, so go easy on me. Thanks. That's awesome, though. Maybe I should stream at a higher resolution because you guys are going to do these big screen things. I know technology is amazing. Okay, so we have... I hope the sound's good, too. Let me know how the sound is, Alicia. Okay, we got Vegan Renegade. I think you're new here, Vegan Renegade. Welcome. I finally got kidney filtration. Excellent. Last morning, but since I haven't had cloudy filtration, does it take time to keep filtering? Yeah, filtering kidney filtration is for those you don't know, this is the golden key. No pun intended. We like to look at our pee in a jar, in a glass jar. We want to see clouds. We want to see it cloudy. That's when you know you're moving toxins and acids out of the body. Your lymph is actually cleaning. You are healing at that point. Okay? That's the basis of physical healing. All right? So it can be inconsistent, but usually once you get filtration going, you'll see something like little speckles, little stringers, something each time. But those big dumps, sometimes it's so cloudy, a big ball of it will form on the bottom of the jar if you let it sit for a half hour or so. So it's a little sporadic. Sometimes it happens when you're not eating so well. That just means the body's kicking that crap out. So just keep an eye on it. Shine a flashlight in it and see if you see any speckles. But you could, consistent dry fasting can help you have consistent filtration. In other words, 12-hour dry fast, which I try to do every night. So you stop eating or drinking anything at 7 o'clock. And then you go to bed and nothing, zero. And then you wake up and don't have anything till 7. You've just done a 12-hour dry fast. Now 14 is really, if you can do 12, you can do 14. So 14 hours, piece of cake. You have nothing until 9. So that really helps. And then once a week, if you can get up into the 24-hour, 36-hour dry fast, you're really healing the body. USC study found that dry fasting actually turns on immune stem cells. It turns stem cells into immune cells. So there's a lot of benefits to dry fasting, but the biggest one is it gets kidneys to filter. And I believe it moves lymph too. So it's amazing. So learn about dry fasting, everybody. It's part of what we do. It's so simple. We got Joe Malik. Hey, Mark and everybody. You guys excited for this journey? Absolutely. Good to have you here, Joe. Awesome. Good. Well, I'm always excited about this. I just love helping everybody. It's so simple. I mean, if you guys really get this and it starts working for you, spread the word because it really is simple and we can help, alleviate a lot of suffering. There's a lot of captured souls out there. They're captured into this paradigm, this for-profit, medical system, whatever you want to call it. It's all for profit. So it's going to gravitate towards the profit centers. It doesn't really care about, your wellness other than if that benefits their bottom line. And sometimes it doesn't. Dry fasting is a reverse of their system because dry fasting, you're not consuming anything. You're not a consumer for 24 hours or 14 hours a night. You're not consuming anything. You're bad for business on all levels. So they're never going to promote dry fasting, ever. For-profit industries will never promote that. But, people like myself that aren't interested in the profit will promote it because I'm just interested in your healing and my healing. and that's it. So yeah, it's free, and actually it's negative because there's a way to look at that. It's a negative thing. You're not consuming your normal amount. So anyways, very excited about helping and listening to all your guys' success stories is always awesome. And just having a community here of like-minded people is really wonderful. We got Butterfly Breakfast. You're new too. Evening, folks. Evening Butterfly Breakfast. That's a cool name. It's a very positive name. I don't quite know what it means, but it seems pretty positive. We got Justin Cross. Good. Hi, Mark. Done all fruit, kidney teas, adrenal glandulars, castor oil packs, PB, psyllium, psyllium, shakes, etc. No filtration or mucoid plaque unless fasting. What do you do if adrenals are too weak to fast? Wow. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you're feeling really depleted, I know that the dry fasting really, really does make you. It does make you feel. It makes me feel weak. I know that. All right. So, kidney teas. Okay. So you're doing it. You're trying to pump those adrenals. Have you done any licorice root? Licorice root, because you probably have really low blood pressures. Okay. And let me tell you guys about that. So your blood pressures have two numbers. The upper number is the systolic number. That's your adrenals. Okay. That's when you have, the heartbeat, and that's the amount of pump you got. Like when you go to the fair and you hit that thing in the bell, go up and ring the bell. If you're at above 120 on that upper number, you're ringing the bell. You're firing. I'm at 127 now. Okay. I used to be down below 110, 105 area. So I got mine up. And I attribute a lot of that to licorice root. Okay. So, in fact, I've backed down on the licorice root because, 127 is getting up there. So, but, licorice root is amazing. It's super duper cheap. You can order the bulk herb, make teas. You can get the capsules. You can get the tinctures. Herb Farm, that company out of Oregon, really cool company. They got little vials of the tincture for like $12 or something. Really good. So licorice root is very powerful at bringing up the adrenals. So, all right. So you bumped them with the glandulars. You're getting the you got the kidney teas. Are you filtering, Justin? Are you filtering? That's a big issue. And then with the dry fasting, just try to do 12s. Anybody can do 12s. Just go to bed. And keep that going there. I don't know what else to tell you other than, a lot of times cleaning the GI tract can help with filtration too. Have you cleaned your GI tract? GI broom is wonderful. Liver. The liver can actually block filtration for some reason, and detoxification. You might go after the liver with a couple bottles of a liver formula. So it sounds like you're pretty depleted. Really look into licorice root if you haven't already. And then, you can actually get a blood pressure monitor, off Amazon for $50 and keep an eye on those blood pressures. And, just take as much licorice root to get those things to start to move up. Get those numbers, that systolic number to come up. Okay. But be careful if that bottom number is like in the high 80s, 90s. You got to be careful because it's going to raise that number too. So, let me know if you've tried that, okay, Justin? And we got to get you some energy here, okay? Your energy levels, your fatigue levels are really tied to those adrenal glands, okay? A lot of times too, when I see no filtration, I look for multiple glands that are down. So if I see no filtration and I see low blood pressures, I know the the adrenals are down. And then if I see, are you running cold? If you're running cold hands and feet, you're just cold all the time, I'm looking at thyroid down. Okay, so now we got two glands down. Trouble with digestion, maybe pancreas is down. So I start seeing multiple glands down. I look for the pituitary. If that pituitary is blocked, it's really, really hard to get the other glands to function. So then we go after that pituitary. And you might bump that with the glandular. You want to clean up in that head, okay? So, if you have multiple glands down, always look at that pituitary, okay? If you're really tall, really short, bedwetting problems when you're younger, irregular menses for the women. These are all signs that the pituitary is down. The multiple glands down is a big, big giveaway. And I look at the eyes, it's right above the pupil there, either this side or this side of 12 o'clock, depending on which eye it is. If that's sitting in a bunch of just dark, gunky, lymph, we know that's down. Okay, so you want to bump that up. Okay, so we got AKA Suzanne. Question: I just finished the week 1 and 2 protocol. I'm not really filtering much yet. Left side of my scalp broke out in a large clear fluid filled bumps which are painful. So you kicked up something just on a week or two. This is the thing, you're moving the lymph, So the question is, do you want to push through this? Is it just too much for you? You want to back off? If you want to push through it, high fruit diet, more fruit, more juices. Juices is the highest. Grape juice and lemon combination, really powerful if you really want to keep digging in, okay? If you want to slow it down, bring it down to the more sweet fruits like the bananas and the dates and things like that. Go to salads, go to green drinks to back it back down. Come down on the herbs too. But you're moving lymph. I know it can be painful. This is a detox thing here, it sounds like. And so it's your call. You have to steer the course. You have to be the captain of your ship, so to speak. I just tell people, be brave, but don't go too fast. We want to keep you in the game. It's not really a sprint, okay? We're not trying to see how fast we can detox. We want a thorough detox, and it can take time and patience. So, but learn, look at my video on how to detox using fruit. It shows you the more aggressive fruits and the slower fruits, okay? And even talks about bringing in salads and even steamed veggies. Some people, they want to just bring in like a baked sweet potato and some steamed broccoli and things like that to just slow me down even more. Everybody's different in their level of toxicity and acidosis in the body. So so steer the course, Suzanne, and good luck to you. We got Ask AJ NHK. Are bananas okay to get kidney filtration? I've never heard of anybody getting kidney filtration on bananas. They're really not aggressive lymph movers. They're sweet. They're wonderful. They're very filling. They've got a lot of good minerals. They're a perfect food. Dr. Morse says it's the perfect balanced food with the fiber and all that kind of stuff. But they're just not detoxers, But if you're used to eating a standard American diet, with steak and potatoes and a big breakfast all the time, you may not be able to go aggressively, but they're really not for kidney filtration. Okay, your more astringent fruits, if you can handle them, like the citruses, are really good for kidney filtration. Susie Snowflake, sound is perfect tonight. Mark, great, awesome. Thanks, Susie. Welcome again. We got James Bond 07. You lost a 0, James Bond. Okay, if my urine has small particles in it, does that mean I'm filtering or not? Yeah, you're filtering. Anything in there, any kind of little stuff is good. Sure, we'd like to see more and more, but keep an eye on it. Keep a little diary, like, oh man, I did this and I got all kinds of filtration. I did this, I got none. You'll kind of get a rhythm going. Okay, I dry fasted for 12, I got just a little bit. I dry fasted for 24, I got a ton. There's just a lot of nuance to it. But anything is good. Anything means filtration. Okay. And we just, despite me saying that, we backed up our lymph system, we're always filtering stuff. I think someone said, I read it somewhere, maybe Dr. Morse, that we actually have to get rid of like a couple pounds of lymphatic waste and acids a day, one way or another. And I don't quite understand that, but it's a lot of stuff that's moving through the body. Okay, so we are getting rid of it. Like I'm sweating right now. I'm sure I'm dumping out acids and toxins right now, and yeah, and unless the urine is crystal clear, that means you're getting no filtration. But, most of us have some stuff going on in that urine, okay? And the bowels, to a certain extent, dump out some of this. So, like I say, all channels of elimination need to be considered. Okay, and then of course all that mucus that comes out of our lungs and our throat and our sinuses and all that stuff, that's all lymph too. So um, mucus, that's probably counted in that weight, I would imagine. So we are always eliminating. Maybe some people aren't. They're really in trouble. But yeah, we're going after those kidneys. Number one. Okay. And okay. So Joe, question: my breathing is more shallow, and my lungs feel weaker. Should I be taking an antispasmodic for my asthma? Okay. So I know a little bit about you, Joe, and a lot of the breathing issues are tied to weak adrenals. The adrenal glands make neurotransmitters that run your autonomic nervous system, which is the breathing, that contraction of the lungs and the diaphragm and all that stuff, that muscular waves of contraction. That's all autonomic, and that's adrenals. Okay, so when you can bring those adrenals up, your breathing is going to get a lot better. Okay. An antispasmodic is, I mean, if you're hacking a lot and all that kind of stuff, that calms all that stuff down. Those coughing attacks, the hacking attacks, the convulsions, things like that. You can be the judge on that. It'll calm all those things down. It's got like a little bit of lobelia in there and things like that. I think he's got hops in there too, to kind of calm that stuff down. Okay. Health exists. I'm having a hard time being consistent and suffering so much. I'm so sorry. I've had a hard time using my username. Haha. Health does exist. Okay. And it's all around us. Like I say, I mean, it's all around us. Perfect health is us. We just have to restore ourselves, remove the obstruction so it can get back in. These forces that are running 100 trillion cells right now. There's beautiful forces all around us that are running the show, and we just have to remove the obstructions so they can come in. There's so much healing that is just waiting to be invited back in, and we can invite it back in by cleaning the body, getting those rivers flowing again, so this stuff that healing can flow through you, and actually asking for healing. I know it sounds a little spiritual, which is okay with me, but asking to be healed is really important. It sets up a dynamic. It sets up like The Secret. If anybody's seen The Secret, it's the same thing. Intention is so important. There's a lot of reasons why, but that's for another show. But ask for the healing and open up the channels through detoxification, and that healing will come back in. But anyways, health does exist. Absolutely. Perfect health exists. I'm starting a Grape fast and detox kit 1 and 2. Excellent. Can you share success with Morgellons or Lyme? Well, with the Lyme, Dr. Morse talks about this all the time. Lyme, lupus, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, all that kind of stuff. It's systemic acidosis. Okay. So in that respect, I can talk about my own success. All right. I started to really, really stone up. I was so stiff. I mean, and as you guys probably know, I'm athletic, and I'm 60 now. I'm still very athletic. In my 40s, I started to stone up. I couldn't surf. I couldn't ski without having 3 or 4 ibuprofen, and it just wasn't fun. You're just stiff, and I wasn't surfing very good because I was stiff on my board. Wasn't skiing very well because my knees hurt, my hips hurt, my back hurt. So now, that stuff is gone for the most part. When I don't eat so well, I feel it come back. I think those receptors are still there, whatever that means. And I've now cleaned everything, so I get hit ultra hard if I don't do so well in the eating department. But if I eat clean and all that, yeah, I feel really good, like in my 30s. So that's a success, my success. And there's a lot of people that have these successes. There's people that have come on here and said, yeah, the pain in their knees went away in 3 days, 4 days. So by getting on the proper diet and starting to move some lymph, moving those acids out of the knees. So you take the joints, right? They move a lot. And any kind of movement creates acids. If those acids aren't flushing and moving, they back up. And then they start destroying those joints. They start burning those joints up. So the Morgellons, I get a lot of people asking me about it. I basically treat it like any other kind of a detox of the skin. Anti-parasite herbs really help. Moving lymph, the skin tonics, and just overall detox. But maybe bump that skin up and all that. But that's a tricky one. I've had people tell me that they actually see like the little worms come up and do a little dance. Other people say they don't even look like they're part of this. They look like they're mechanical or something. So I don't. Yeah, I would just detox with a focus on the skin. Do the basic kit, which is go after the kidneys, go after the adrenals, go after the GI tract, go after the lymph system, and then do a liver for a month. Do antiparasites and skin, and just keep digging. Okay. Healthy herbalist. You sound new too. Good. I've been doing 1 teaspoon of turpentine with 6 sugar cubes. That's like a lot. Wow. For 6 days so far. Great results. Spine and shoulders are breaking loose. Sleep is better. I recommend it. Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me, when are you going to do your turpentine? I got it in the cupboard. I haven't done it yet. But it's nice to see all these good reports. A lot of people really love it. If I do it, I'll do it really slow. But as you guys know, I was experimenting with Dr. Schultz's herbs and that cayenne garlic, and I burned out I got some burning in my GI tract, which lasted for a couple of weeks. It was really painful. So I didn't want to do the turpentine on top of that, but I feel really good now. I might venture in a little bit. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. But good. Thanks for reporting in on that. I appreciate that. Yeah, some people get very, very quick results with that. It's pretty amazing. Really amazing. Okay, so I just jumped ahead somehow. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Butterfly breakfast. Nope, I've lurked since sometimes around last Thanksgiving. Okay, all right, lurker. We got you now. Yeah, it's good if you're lurking. If you guys are out there and you're just kind of don't want to jump in yet, that's fine, No worries. As long as you're hearing the information. I mean, you could be doing housework, homework, whatever, and having this in the background. It absorbs in. So it's good to have you in any way. Because we need you healed. We need you to be a healer out, a healing, healing guide is what we are, a healing teacher, whatever. So health exists. Can you give advice? I feel very ill, Mark. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead on you. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so wait. So health exists. I'm having a hard time being consistent and suffering so much. I had a hard time using my username. Huh? I'm starting a Grape fast and detox kit 1 and 2. Can you share success Morgellons or limes? Okay, so you got Morgellons and limes and you're suffering. I'm just gonna take the lime, okay? Because can you give advice? I feel very ill. So the lime, yeah, I got my success by really getting kidney filtration and getting on those basic kits and moving lymph. Get on a proper diet, get on 80% fruit, and throw in those dry fasts and things like that. That's really it. That's what's going to do it. The biggest thing you can do is get off of dairy and grains and meat. Huge changes will happen. You're going to want to do anti-parasite too. A lot of this stuff, this inflammation, can be tied into candida and funguses too. So you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to get on the GI broom too, because it is the best sulfur puller. It will pull sulfur, which attracts candida out of those bowels. So those things, it's real simple. Just keep digging and digging and digging, and get on a really good high fruit diet. It's summertime. You can dig really deep. I want to share something with you guys. This brings up something really interesting. And I know it kind of goes against kind of what I teach too, but come on, Bits. Come on up here. Come, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Here, Bits, you want to say hi. She's been acting very strange the last couple of days. She's not fixed, so I think she's lactating or something. She's got this little toy. She's got this little toy here, and she thinks it's her baby. And she just sleeps on it all day. And she starts whining and pining. It's really... I think she's gone through someone says a false pregnancy or something. It's really, she's a sweetheart. Anyways, okay. So what I was going to say is that I've been actually making my smoothies in the morning, and on my second smoothie, I actually add a handful of Trader Joe's Power Greens. They're baby kale, baby spinach, and I think there might be a little bit of arugula in there too. I'm not sure, but it's baby Power Greens. And I throw those in there, and I'll tell you, I feel really, really good on that. I feel really, it brings me some power, and it just feels really, my stomach feels good. I know that combining the veggies and the fruit is a no-no in a lot of people's minds, but I'm having no problem with it. And I just feel really, really good, and it doesn't feel heavy at all. I just get a lot of energy and just feel really just kind of powerful. So I just want to share that with you. It feels, and my joints feel good. Everything feels really good. So go figure. Anyways, so yeah, health exists. So just do that. Get on that. Just keep digging in there. Get those acids out of the body. Check your, well, I don't, if you don't know how to read eyes, but your parathyroid might be down, and you might not be utilizing calcium. And what happens is if you don't have enough calcium in you, then you can't replace it. Calcium is a great antacid too, so that might be something to consider. If you want to get a hold of me and send me your eyes, I'll take a quick look if you'd like. Okay, let's get you feeling better. I don't like to see people suffering like that, so we're gonna get you some help. Okay, and I hope this helps you. Okay, butterfly breakfast. My life has changed tons. So thanks to you and Dr. Morse. Excellent. That's great. That's really good to hear. Let us know how it's changed. Okay. I love to hear success stories. It's so inspirational to a lot of people. Okay. Because so many people they're new to this. They don't, it takes a while to develop trust and belief in things, so it's good to hear people's success stories. Testimonies are so wonderful from just people. I mean, I can talk all I want about how great this is, but I'm just a guy on the internet and all that. So, you guys are the best testimonials. Actually, we got Charis is back. Alicia, periods are a grounding time for women. A grounding time for women. I find I crave things to take me out of the grounded space, but when I sit with it, good growth happens, even if it turns me into a troll. LOL. Okay, so you align with those emotions and you learn from it. I guess it's a growth experience, right? Grounding time. Wow, interesting. Yeah, very good. Yeah, if you guys can maybe get a hold of each other offline and Charis give her some tips on that. That's great. Sounds good. Mark, you seem to be aging in reverse. Thank you. Yeah, I think that is, I really believe that aging is all about the amount of acids in you. Okay, and I call them, and I don't like to diss anybody, but I jokingly call, the penny slot people. The penny slot people, the people you see in Vegas that are smoking the Marlboros, chain smoking the Marlboros, and they got the cheap wine, and they're sitting in that air conditioning, and man, they can look pretty old and pretty wrinkled. That's acids though. They're taking in a ton of acid chemistry. Every time you smoke, you're putting acids straight into the body. So anyway, so yeah, it's all about when you start alkalizing deeply, those drying acids reverse and you start to hydrate, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it just makes you appear more youthful. And then you've got the glands turned on, and you've got the pus and mucus out of the brain, so you sound clearer, your brain's firing better, and all that. So yeah, it's all based on acidosis. Now, okay, so if you get all the acids out, you're gonna live forever. I don't think so. We probably have our window, but you're not gonna suffer. That's the big thing. A lot of spiritual teachers say that this body is meant to be dropped at some point and get a new one. So you'll know when that time is to just kind of say I'm done with this body, and start calling that in. There was a great teacher, Paramahansa Yogananda. Probably heard of him. He wrote autobiography of a yogi, and also was part of the leader of the Self-Realization Fellowship. And he actually was 58 or 59, and he was done at that age, and he wanted a new body. So he called his staff together, and he said, I'll be leaving next week. It was just so great serving you and you serving me, and it was just really great. I just wanted guys to know that I really enjoyed our time together. And he left the room. Everybody's going, where's he going? What's going on here? And then he died the next, I think it was the next week, right? He gave a big talk, and then I guess he went into his room and just never woke up. Called it in. So, anyways, that's my talk on death and aging. But thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. Relaxing visuals. Justin Cross, you have to do the Concord grape juice fast. Fasting does not mean to starve yourself. Drink as much Concord juice as you like and take the PB shakes. That's a great tip. Thank you very much. The energetics from that grape juice it's not really like a fast, and you're so right. And you guys remember, if you know me a while, you remember my videos. I was doing all my surfing and skiing and all that stuff while fasting, supposedly fasting. I didn't feel like I was fasting. So that's a great tip. That's a great tip for Justin. See, that's what's so great about this group. Thank you very much. Relaxing visuals. We got Simon. I think your name was Simon, right? Yeah, Simon here. Yeah, hi everyone. Simon here. I wanted to ask simple question about grape fasting. Should I strain the pulp, and how do I mix it with lemon? I really like this strong taste. Okay, so here's what it is. If you leave the pulp in, it's not going to be as aggressive. If you take the pulp out, it's going to be more aggressive as a detoxifier, as pulling acids and moving lymph. Okay, so you be the judge on that. The pulp will trigger digestion. I know that Gino at the Master Fast System does not want to trigger digestion. He wants to shut down digestion so you have all that energy for healing. Okay, you can strain the pulp or not. It's up to you. Okay, so with the lemon, I do 1 lemon. I squeeze 1 fresh lemon per quart of juice. And you can do 2. It's going to just be more and more aggressive, whatever you can handle. Okay, but I would do no more than 2 per quart. Okay, that's sort of the formula. We got AKA Suzanne. I'm going to continue all the way through. I thought it odd. Just one side of my scalp broke out. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of we're bipedal or bilateral or something. We have 2 sides. We have a kidney on each side. So let's say your left kidney is down. It's weaker. It's more clogged. You're gonna back up with more acids. My right side is definitely more compromised than my left. Okay. Before I got into this healing, I'm suspecting my right kidney was really down, because as a kid I had asthma, but I don't know if it was the right or left lung on that. But my right knee, I had a thing called Osgood-Schlatter's disease. I've never really talked about that, but I had this crazy name disease. Okay, and there's a lot of crazy name diseases. It's nothing but acidosis, but they have all these names for it. And they usually name them after doctors. So this was Osgood-Schlatter's disease. So maybe it was Dr. Osgood-Schlatter. I don't know. But it was basically calcium mineral deposits on the knee. And I noticed it because I would have to ride in the back of my parents' car. And my dad he was a big man. He was 6'4", so he always had his seat way back. And I was always crunched in there. And I had a hard time getting out of the car at like 14, 15 years old. And I thought it was just because I was crunched back there, but it really got to be a problem. So I went to the doctor, and he says, "Oh, you have this disease. We're going to have to put you in a cast. They're going to put me in a full leg cast for 6 months." Right? I said, "No, I don't want to do that. There's no way." So I said, "Can we do something else?" So I guess we wrapped it up in some kind of thing that just it did not, the knee couldn't flex. Okay, so I don't know what his viewpoint on that was. It was, it kind of alleviated because I guess the knee wasn't flexing, created more acids. But the problem is that I was backing up with more acids on this side of the body because my kidneys weren't filtering it out. And the acidosis, what happens with acids, it actually will steal calcium, especially if the parathyroid's down. It will steal calcium from the local areas. So I got acids in my knees from all the flexing because, as a kid, I'm running around like crazy. I'm flexing a lot. A lot of muscles and joints are firing in there, creating a lot of lactic acids, all that. Backing up, body stealing calcium. That calcium and other minerals are starting to form. So I formed a calcium deposit right in there, and it was in an area that was causing pain as I moved it. So, anyways, so that's just how things will happen on the side of the body with the most acids, really. So that's what's happening. When you see stuff up in the scalp, I get real suspicious. I get suspicious on, is there more mucus stuck up in that head? Do you have to move lymph in that head? Do you have other signs? How's your vision? How are you always having ear infections? Are your ears popping a lot, blocking? Sinus issues, stiff necks, stiff shoulders, dizziness, brain fog, dandruff, gray hair, balding, all these things. You got to move lymph in that head, and that just keeps building and building and building. And eventually, you're as Dr. Morse always says, "Honey, where'd I park the car?" You become really chronic, and it gets to high levels. You start getting brain lesions. Then you got all these names, Parkinson's and dementias and all. It's just acidosis. It's acids that are getting to a point where they're causing brain lesions and just swelling of the brain. Inflammation is swelling. Acids destroy. So consider yourself lucky that you now got a sign that you've got to move acids up in the head and start doing it. Herbs do it. Cleaning that transverse colon helps because it can't drain unless there's a big connection between the transverse colon and the brain and the head. Hot and cold showers can stimulate. Neurolymphatic massages. All these things are on my website. Inversion, standing upside down. Things like that to stimulate the lymph. Get the kidneys filtering. Move the lymph. Okay. Yeah. So that was a long-winded story on how we are, our kidneys, can block up on one side more than the other. And you can take your blood pressures and see it. So Justin, yes, I do the licorice root 2 droppers several times a day. Also done the GI Broom, but no mucoid plaque unless fasting. I filtered 2 times 36 hours, 60-hour fast left me depleted. Just started Pituitary Glandular. Okay, so that Pituitary, it could be down, so you want to do that. Yeah, you're hitting it hard here. Mucoid plaque. Like the best mucoid plaque release that I got was on the Master Fast, using the pasteurized grape juice and the lemon, the psyllium pudding, and the I didn't use his herbs, but I used the GI Broom powder. But you might want to look into that Master Fast, Justin, to get some mucoid plaque coming out. But I'm suspecting there might be a pituitary down that's causing you not to be able to get some response out of those adrenals. Okay, but keep digging, and let me know how that pituitary glandular works out. Okay, healthy herbalist. I've also been using turpentine stoop, also called a pack, over the kidneys with great results. So you're doing like a castor oil type of pack. It's an old Edgar Cayce remedy. His remedies are in line with Dr. Morse's ideas of kidney filtration. Yeah, Dr. Edgar Cayce was a pretty amazing guy. So are you mixing the turpentine with any castor oil or anything in that stoop? Let me know. I'm interested to hear more about that. But applying the turpentine over the kidneys and let it soak in, that's interesting. I know that some people use DMSO to drive things into deep into the body. Dr. Morse doesn't like DMSO because of the sulfur, but I've heard mixed results. People say, yeah, DMSO can really drive the thing in. I'd like to know more about that. Relaxing visuals, Bell Lifestyle Kidney Cleanse Function Tea. Buy this to get your kidneys to filter. Justin Cross, and stop the dry fasting. You are doing too much, you. All right, so Relaxing Visuals says get the Kidney Cleanse Function Tea from Bell Lifestyle and stop doing the dry fasting. Yeah, I would say, yeah, you're hitting it pretty hard in the dry fasting. You're pretty depleted, so maybe those longer dry fasts are a little bit too much for you. But use your judgment on that. Try the tea if you want. Let's see if we get something out of that. But yeah, there's a lot. If the adrenals are super weak, it's hard to get filtration as well. But yeah, listen back on what we talked about and keep trying these things. You're going to get it. Um, Justin, would it be best to just try again, but sit on my butt during the dry fast and take it easy? Yeah, rest. Rest is such an important part of healing. Use all that energy for your healing. Direct it towards that. When animals get sick, they kind of just crawl off into a bush and they just lie there. They might get up and have a few sips of water, but they really take it easy. I think we can learn a lot from that. Let the healing come in through the rest and through the fast, the dry fast. And yeah, you don't have to do these marathon ones, but consistent. Um, no, stop fasting. I don't want to fast again. I don't want you to fast again, Justin. Okay, so we have somebody that's anti fast on here. All right. Stick to the Concord grape juice. Make sure you're adding the lemon and just by the bell lifestyle cleanse and function tea. All right. Well, that worked for you. So take that in, Justin, and yeah, let us know if you try it. We can try different things and see what works for us. Absolutely, no problem with that. I try to remain open. That sounds good. Sometimes maybe just this kidney cleanse tea just does. I don't know. Mark Martin, hey Mark, I wanted to update some progress. I'm only eating 3 days a week and water and dry fasting the other 4 days and feeling good and getting stronger in my workouts. In your workouts, so you're doing dry fasting and water fasting, and your work. Are you lifting weights, Mark? Wow, that's pretty amazing. What are you eating those 3 days? Let us know. That we get a lot of bodybuilders and stuff that want to, because they do so much protein. A lot of the bodybuilders are in trouble. So any information you give us would be great. Okay, so let's see. This is so crazy because I try to go down and then I'll just jump way ahead. Okay, so relaxing visuals. Justin Cross, sounds like you are so dehydrated and that's why you're not getting to filter and mucoid plaque. Everything is gummed up. You need to drown yourself in Concord grape juice to soften. Love it. Yeah, Concord grape juice and the lemon is very, very alkalizing. That's an interesting perspective on that. Interesting perspective, yeah. Unstick that mucoid plaque through hydration. Hydration never hurts. Good tip. Relaxing visuals, up everything and get it flowing. Butterfly breakfast. Some of us have to get our heads clear first before we can hold down a convo. What's a convo? Hold down a convo. I missed something there. Sorry. Claire Sharp. Hi, Mark. Is it okay to reduce the detox teas to a decoction, and are they similar in strength to tinctures? Yeah, you can reduce it down to decoction. You can make them as strong as you want, as strong as you can tolerate. When you're making the teas, you're using a lot of herbs, so yeah, they can be very, very strong. So start with half of the recommended amount, and then just move up from there. Just start out slow and see where your body's at is always a good idea. Hannon Hall's back. Hi, Mark. Missed a few weeks. Yeah, we missed you. Busy summer, but glad to get here tonight and always learn something new. Yeah, I do too. It's great. Yeah, been doing terp for months, off and on. Good results, parasites especially, and brain clarity. I hear that. Yeah, I hear a lot of parasites come out, and I hear a lot of brain clarity. A lot of people get a lot better sleep, and brain fog just goes away. Stephanie Ross has had some great results with her pineal gland and pituitary just popping right open in just a few days with the turpentine. Carmen, hi. I have vitiligo, skin discoloration. Any advice, and how can we get in touch with you? Okay, so vitiligo, any kind of skin thing, it's all lymphatic. You want to move that. Definitely skin and liver tied together too. But basic detox, as we talked about, getting kidney filtration, going after the kidneys, adrenals, moving lymph and the glands, and parasite, anti-parasite for the first month, and liver gallbladder herbs for the first month, and skin tonic. Get sweating, get things moving. Okay, and you should be just fine. But just keep digging and monitor that filtration. Learn about kidney filtration and get it moving. It's all about getting the acids, toxins out of that skin. Okay, skin's the third kidney. So if the kidney's blocked, skin's going to be blocked. Okay, so getting the skin really working and functioning is so great. Oh, and also make sure the parathyroid's up, because if the parathyroid's not up, you don't sweat. Okay, you're always running cold. Like right now, I'm just sitting here and I just have a glisten. I'm sweating. I can feel myself sweating. I'm constantly sweating. You're sweating a lot throughout the day. You can't even believe it. So you're dumping a lot of toxins out through that. So check the parathyroid. Check, if you're feeling cold and all that, go after that thyroid and parathyroid. Okay. Rosaline Chow's back. Joined a gym and started sitting in the sauna. That's another great thing for skin. Absolutely. After a cardio workout to increase sweating to filter more. Excellent. Kidneys continue to filter, but skin still shows no improvement. Ugh. Any suggestions? Yeah, like I just said there, just just keep digging on it. Use some of the herbs, all that kind of dry skin brushing, the saunas, kidneys, liver, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, same stuff. Sometimes these skin conditions can take some time. You have to assist it, especially in the legs. Get those legs up above the kidneys. Read a book, watch television, whatever, listen to music, and dry skin brush back. Get that circulation. Lower circulation herbs can help too. Just keep working it physically and herbally and diet-wise. All right. Justin Cross, yes, I do have low basal temp, so thyroid's down, another gland that's down, low blood pressure, and my iris reflects several dark linea radius solaris right up into the head and pituitary. So your pituitary's down. Yeah, if you've got one of those, they're called radius solaris, they're like lines that come up out of the bowels, and it crosses that pituitary region, you got to hit that hard. And usually what I do when I write the protocol is I hit you with the herbs first. I hit a pituitary herb formula for a month, and then I hit the glandular. Okay, and I go after that transverse colon big time. All right, and I go after that head, upper circulation, brain and nerve, and the gland formulas too. So yeah, when we got a bad pituitary, it is really hard to get progress, you guys. It really, truly is. It can be very, very frustrating. You can spend thousands of dollars on herbs and not get very far. So good call on reading your eyes. I'm going to do a video on just that pituitary region. That's really super important. Relaxing visuals. Rosaline, have you cleaned out your guts? Okay, so we'll wait for the answer on that. We've got Alpaca. Okay, Alpaca, hello again. Welcome back. Yeah, what do you think is the cause of Raynaud's disease? Is it a blood circulation problem because it is actually a thyroid? Usually not a blood circulation problem. It's a lymphatic pus and mucus in the glands. Okay. Restoring the glands is really, really the key to either a hyper or a hypoactivity. Okay. So, blood really doesn't cause that many problems. It really doesn't. If it gets too toxic, you get real sick real fast. Okay. But these kinds of things that creep up on it's all lymphatic issues. Okay. So you know the drill on that. Okay. So just think more lymphatically, more acid, alkaline. Acids cause the inflammation. All right. And the destruction of the tissues and the low function. Okay, so it's all about that. Okay, alpaca problem. What was that problem? Actually, a thyroid problem. Okay, so any kind of glandular issue is move that lymph, get that pus and mucus out of those glands, get them to rebalance. Use the endocrine balance formulas to strengthen and get that they help those cells internally strengthen as well. Okay. And by the way, glands love berries. Berries and glands there's such a great relationship there. So eat a lot of berries, you guys. It really helps the glands. Joe Malik, question, what is your thought on any type of lightweight lifting while the adrenals are weak? Yeah, a little bit. The idea is you don't want to create too much lactic acid. But light lifting, I don't have a problem with it at all. Just don't overdo it because you're trying to heal and not create you're trying to get rid of acids, not create them. But a little bit will be fine, Joe. Hannon, I noticed for me, grapefruit is good for eliminating flukes, and watermelon not the seedless, but the seeds are good for eliminating worms. Interesting. I always eat the seeds too. Papaya seeds are amazing too. Okay, that's a good tip. I usually I don't eat the watermelon seeds. I spit them out. Maybe I should eat more of them. The papaya seeds. Interesting. A lot of seeds in those papayas. Thanks for that tip. Awesome. Rosaline, yes, cleaning the gut out daily, GI tinctures and enemas. Good, good, good. Yeah, when you guys get into this, enemas are your friend because you're moving so much toxins and acids out of the body that you can feel really crappy and instantly feel good after an enema. I mean, instantly. If you feel like really headachy and body achy and just kind of like blah, it's amazing how an enema can really just bring you back, especially while juice fasting and right after a dry fast. Right after a dry fast, I think it's absolutely essential because all those toxins are sitting in there. So good. Relaxing visuals. Rosalind Chow, that is not going to do anything. You have to remove mucoid plaque by doing Concord grape juice fast and PB shakes. Okay, I kind of lost the thread here. I don't know what's going on here. Not going to do anything for what? Maybe your point is that if you have a lot of mucoid plaque, you're not going to be able to really, really dig down into the bowel wall, which is a good point. The mucoid plaque that's been there a long time and it actually gets between, the channel of the colon and the bowel wall can block, the herbs from getting through and into those tissues, unless they're being absorbed through the blood and getting in that way. And through the lymph system. So good point there. There's always good reasons to remove mucoid plaque. And like I said, master fast with the pasteurized juice is the best I've ever found. And I've done a lot of GI broom, but not gotten those big mucoid plaque releases. So I understand your point there, relaxing visuals. It does some things, but I think you're better off really going after mucoid plaque if you think you have it, which a lot of us do. Unless you've really done some deep cleaning. Hannon Hall, can't say enough about Giovanna teas. 2 powerful and tasty herbs. Great. Thank you, Mark, for providing us with high quality, potent herb healing teas. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. Yeah, we get a lot of good feedback. Yeah, the teas can be very, very powerful. Don't underestimate those teas. And yeah, you can play around with them with the strength and all that kind of stuff. But you're welcome, Hannon. We got Pat Worley. Mark, question: what is the white snowflake material at the bottom of the urine jar? That's lymph. That's lymphatic waste and acids. That's good stuff, man. Good to get it out. Some say it's old lymph, but I don't think so. I don't know. That's been my understanding of that. What else could it be? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Simon, thanks. Great info as usual. I wanted to do 30 days, but I'm going to stop on the 25th because I got a physical job, and that's when I go back to it. I like to continue to some extent how to approach it. So, yeah, I mean, I found on the juice on that grape lemon juice fast, especially doing the raw, that I was completely energized. I could do anything I wanted. So, depending on yourself, where you're at, and how physical the job is, you can try juice fasting while you're doing the job. And doing the herbs and doing the GI broom, psyllium puddings, things like that. So that's a good way, if you still want to keep this going. Anyone can stay high fruit and salad, right? You just have a lot of fruit, smoothies in the morning, and then maybe a salad midday, and then more smoothies and fruit, or a little more salad. Anybody can do that. You can maintain some level of a detoxification diet no matter what you're doing. In fact, you'll probably have more energy. It's when you take in those high carb, those grains, meats, dairies, all that kind of stuff. That's when you really slow down, I found. And even I'm at the point now where if I do have steamed veggies and a sweet potato, things like that, I really come down. And if, God forbid, I have a cheat and I have some pizza or some French fries, I really come down. Even just a little bit of French fries will take me down, 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 down. So you got to watch it. That's the stuff that slows you down, not this. This gives you a ton of energy, really. Dry fasting can be a little challenging for sure. But, like I say, anybody can do 12. Just go to bed. Go to bed a little hungry. You won't even notice it in the morning. And, yeah, anybody can do the 12s. So you can maintain some level of detox, some level of fruit fasting, some level of dry fasting, no matter what's going on. Hey, Master Herbalist, I'm interested in starting a turpentine regimen to get rid of a lot of candida. Any chance I could get some knowledge from you? Yeah, you guys contact each other. Good. If you want to put your email address up there. Yeah. So we got Shami Prabhu. The snowflake in urine is lymphatic waste. Yeah, that's my understanding. That's how I've been taught. But I'm not so rigid that I don't listen to other people. I've turned around on some issues for sure. Rosaline Chow. Yes, I continue to drink grape juice with lemon and salad at night. Excellent. And take psyllium pudding, but no mucoid plaque. Okay. So I got mucoid plaque. The first time I did master fast 44 days. I did pasteurized grape juice, 1 or 2 lemons per quart. I did the psyllium pudding. I did tinctures. I did kidney, lymph, glands, and tinctures. And I did licorice root, and I did an adrenal tincture too, I believe. And I also did the GI Broom powder. And I got my mucoid plaque started on day 8. The second master fast I got it on day 2. Okay? So it can happen very quickly. First time around might take you a little longer, but the second time around I got it on day 2. So that is really the only mucoid plaque that I've ever gotten now was on the master fast. So kudos to Gino on that. Okay, so if you want to go to that's a high level detox, not everybody's ready for that, but see if you can get some mucoid plaque coming out on that. Relaxing visuals, Rosaline Chow. That's strange. How much Concord grape juice are you drinking? Yeah, I found that I can't really get it on the raw, even though I love the raw. The raw is amazing. All right, so. All right. Let's see. Boy, we're backing up here. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. We have got a lot of questions here. Okay, but I said I'd answer all your questions, so we're going to work late tonight. Okay, all right. So, yeah, Relaxing Visuals asks how much Concord grapes you're drinking. Okay, so Alicia, I've been on all fruit and herb kits since April and feel like I've lost a lot of muscle. Have a new pooch and cellulite down my ankles. Why? Filter mucus only while dry fasting over 24 hours, 1 and 2 times a month. So you've been on the fruit, you've been on the herbs since April, lost a lot of muscle, got a new pooch. All right, so what happens a lot is if you're new to this, I remember when I first started doing this, I lost a lot of weight, okay? And the skin started to feel a little bit droopy and all that kind of stuff, okay? And I was feeling, yeah, I wasn't lifting doing any light lifting or anything like that. So my muscles kind of felt like that. I know how you feel. What happens is in the beginning, the body actually drops. It drops a lot of weight, and it goes in and it tries to it gets rid of a lot of that fat and excess water and all that stuff, cleans the lymph down deep, and it takes you down. You feel depleted, and then you come back up. Okay. If you feel like you're depleting too much, you can do more green drinks. You can do some raw superfood powders. Dr. Morse has some of those. There's some others out there like that, the raw superfood things like that. And do a little bit of weights, light weights. That might help you feel better. Cellulite down to my ankles. So yeah, if you're really digging deep and detoxing, right, and doing all this, you're moving lymph and you're starting to really deep clean. Okay. Mine turned around. I hear stories a lot. I got really depleted, really skinny, and I turned around and filled back up when the body was ready to come back. So that's my take on that. So you only filter your kidneys only filter while you're dry fasting. Just keep working it. Keep working it. Do those kidney herbs. Do the keep cleaning the bowels. Keep keeping the skin moving. All that stuff. It'll get more consistent. Okay, but you're getting some filtration, which is wonderful. Okay, so just keep digging, and you'll get more consistent. Okay, Rosaline, sipping grape juice throughout the day, 3 12-ounce bottles a day. So you're only really doing a quart of juice a day and a salad at night. That's not a lot of food. But okay, all right. So yeah, no, just not a lot of juice. Is that pasteurized juice, Rosaline, or is it raw? Probably it's pasteurized, I would think. Butterfly breakfast, conversation. Okay, all right. See what I mean? Haha. Okay, good. A healthy herbalist. For the turpentine stoup, use 1 quart of hot water to 5 to 20 drops of turpentine. A cotton flannel cloth is dipped in the water, wrung out, folded into 4 to 6 thicknesses, placed on the kidney area. So yeah, it's like a castor oil pack. Okay, cool. Mark Martin, I'm doing calisthenics and weights. Hitting heavy bag, stepper. I'm eating 80% fruit, 20% potatoes and rice. Man, I would like to see you take that 20% of grains and switch it over to like like I was talking about those power greens. I get those power greens from Trader Joe's and throw those in the smoothies. Try that because yeah, it looks like you're looking for carbs maybe. You're getting plenty of carbs from the fruit. I don't know what you're looking for. Maybe a more sustainable thing there. Try that. Try doing the greens there. Okay. Yeah. Because the rice and potatoes are going to be inflammatory. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, you can maybe replace that with some of those power greens to not get that inflammation in there. Okay, and still feel I truly feel really strong with those power greens in my smoothie. Really good. All right, so relaxing visuals is shocked that I don't know about the bell kidney. I know about bell kidney tea, absolutely. I know Gino likes that. I've read up about it. I don't. Do they call it the kidney cleanse and function tea? I don't know. I know about the bell kidney tea. Yeah, you learned about it from the master system. Yeah, I know about it from Gino. Yeah, I had such a hard time getting my kidneys filtering after 1 dose of the tea. You got them filtering like crazy. That's wonderful. I mean, that's very worth noting. Let's get some other people saying that. I've had people say that on my Giovanna tea they've gotten filtration right away too, and I have a kidney tea as well. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, it sounds good. I'm glad it helped you, and maybe there's something in that tea that really boosts filtration. I've never tried it, so if anybody else has tried that Bell kidney tea and gotten instant filtration, let me know. And it's worth knowing. Thank you. Joe, nice. Have you thought about using turpentine with castor oil, honey, or maple syrup alternative to the sugar cubes? Oh, you're probably speaking with the turpentine guy. Okay. I've heard this question before, and I hear it's a big no. The sugar cubes is the best because I think it attracts the parasites or something like that. I don't know. Also, something very strange after fasting on fruit and Concord grape juice, I caved in and ate cooked fast food, and then I got my adrenals to start working after trying everything. That got your adrenals working. Eating the fast food. I know there's a lot of strange things that happen. I just don't know. A lot of people do get really good filtration on their cheat meals. So man, it's all good for the mental notes though. You got to remember this kidney filtration thing is all really new, and dry fasting is really new combining with the kidney filtration idea. This is all really, really new, thanks to Gino. And really broke that open. And Hildy Larson kind of brought it to the Dr. Morse community too. So really, yeah, we're just always learning. So I'm not recommending people go out and eat some McDonald's Big Macs to get filtration though, or that our adrenals working. But it's worth noting. So Terrell's back. Hi there, wise man. Hi there. Question for you. If you're going through a healing episode, how do you know if you should keep detoxing or if you should back off a bit? I'm having old injuries hitting me currently. That's a really personal question. One of the troubles is with natural healing is we don't hit it hard enough. We kind of lollygag around. Another problem with natural healing is that we hit it too hard and we burn ourselves out and we get scared and we never want to touch this again. There's power here, you guys. For people that don't think there's power in natural healing and herbs and all this stuff that we're doing, I got news for them. A lot of people will attest they can kick up a hellstorm and stuff that's been latent in the body for a long, long time. So it's really personal, Terrell. And, I say, find that ceiling, okay? We've all been to that ceiling where we just hit it a little too hard and back off a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what a good race car driver does. They know where that ceiling is, where that car is going to break loose and spin, and they know how to back off from there to keep that car going as fast as it can without blowing up. Okay, so that's my advice there. Detox is an art. It really, truly is an art, and and it's personal too. There's certain times, biorhythms, whatever, that you really feel like hitting it hard, and there's times where you feel like not hitting it so hard. So just be diligent and do your best. And when you're backing off, don't beat yourself up. Be good to yourself. Use the times when you're backing off to regroup, to rest, to recharge for the next one. Fighters, they don't come out swinging 100% the whole time. They'll burn out super quickly. They know how to measure themselves, and they know how to turn it on when they want to turn it on. So you can back off, of course, by stepping down from the higher astringent fruits, the higher acid fruits. Back off from those citruses and watermelons and grapes, and back yourself down to the sweeter fruits. The apples, peaches, plums, pears, all those kinds of things. And even go down with some bananas and dates and things. You can even back down more to the salads, to the green drinks, and down to the steamed veggies. Whatever you feel. You have all that to choose from. All those degrees. Back off on the herbs a little bit. And you'll find your rhythm and you'll know when to punch it. Okay? And just kind of go back and forth. You can you get a rhythm going. It's really kind of neat. I found a beautiful rhythm for myself, right now. So my rhythm is in the morning, I do pure juice in the morning. I'll do a pure grape juice, or pure grape and lemon juice, right? A pure orange juice. That's how I start the day, with the pure, because I want that cleansing power. I want that hydration to go through. I've been dry fasting all night, so now my first hydration is pure. There's no fiber in there. There's nothing. It just goes right in, doesn't turn on digestion. Okay? So then maybe about, 10 o'clock, then I'll have, I'll throw some, some juice in. I'll throw some berries, some bananas. I start to go a little heavier. All right? Then my second smoothie, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm throwing in those power greens. Okay? Now I've got this kind of semi-green drink, fruit drink. And, it feels really good, you guys. And then I'll move into, having a salad, some avocado, things like that. And then I might just go fruit later on in the day, or back to salads, maybe some steamed cooked veggies, things like that. So, if I want to slow down, if I have a baked sweet potato or something like that, I'm going to really slow down. So that's kind of how I do it. You find a rhythm, and it's really great. You can kind of pace yourself and kind of gauge your how energetic do you want to feel? How hard do you want to hit it? And know that in the morning you're in kind of you're in more of cleansing elimination cycle. And yeah, it's good. I think it's really good to have those pure juices first thing. Okay. Okay. So that's normal and a very good sign. Oh yeah. Relaxing visual says that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people will detox and they'll uncover a sunburn from 20 years ago. It's crazy. Mark Martin, I'm doing an ice bath right now. I do hot and cold showers, float tank sessions, craniotherapy, hanging upside down, and everything plays a role. Those are all good things. God, I want to really do a float tank session. That's so awesome. That must be great. All right, so Fran, we've got Fran in the house. Any suggestions for a very weak nervous system affecting all eliminations? Weak kidneys, adrenals, and colon. Lifetime constipation on raw fruit, using brain and nerve and more, but very sensitive. Yeah, okay, so, nervous system, very good call there because, yeah, your eliminations, the peristalsis of the bowels is affected by the autonomic nervous system, which is controlled by the adrenals. So you have very weak adrenals, it sounds like to me. You're backed up, weak adrenals, as I say, you're not making enough neurotransmitters and you're not making enough corticosteroids to fight acid. So you got acidosis probably all through the body. Weak adrenals, weak neurotransmitters, and acidosis, not a good combination. Can make you feel really old, really sluggish, really tired. Life is just not a whole lot of fun like that. You're sensitive, so you got to take it slow. You're on raw fruit, good. Learn the hierarchy. If you can move yourself up to juices, at least that first part of the day would be wonderful. If you can do fruit juice and till noon, or maybe fruit smoothies, whatever level you can handle, but kind of get that level up. And I would go after those adrenal glands. Brain and nerve is good. But go at your pace. You say you're very sensitive, so do the best you can. But keep that ceiling I talked about keeps moving up too, you guys. So there's some people when they come off of a standard American diet, they can only go to steamed veggies. And then that ceiling will raise up, and they go, oh, now I can now tolerate salads. Okay, oh, now I can tolerate green drinks. Oh, now I can tolerate fruit bowls and salads. Now I can tolerate fruit juice. So that keeps moving up. So go after those. Look at those Fab Four kits. Those basic kits. That's what we're going after. That foundation of herbs, and switch that diet around. Okay. Learn about kidney filtration. Get kidney filtration, Fran. Okay. But so nervous system very much tied to adrenals. Okay. So check that pituitary too. Get a hold of me if you want. Mark at MarkJamesGordon.com. I'd be happy to look at your eyes and help you out, and get you launched on a path. Okay. We got a mega 200,000K. Hi, Mark. I've been listening to you, and I caught the last part of you talking about pituitary gland. What do you recommend to get it going? Good question. That kind of piggybacks on to Fran's question. So the pituitary gland is up in the brain, okay? If it's sitting in a bunch of mucus, a lot of times it is because you have this transverse colon here. And what happens is, a lot of times the toxicity of the colon starts to reach out. You can see it reaching out of the bowel wall into the body, and it makes its way up into the head, believe it or not. So you want to clean the colon. Definitely clean that colon, number one. Number two, get circulation going up in that head, upper circulation, really good. Brain and nerve, really good up there. Of course, do all the things. Get on the high fruit, get the kidneys filtering, move the lymph, all that kind of stuff. But really go after that head with those herbs, hot and cold showers, all that kind of stuff. And then you can start with a month of pituitary herbs and then hit it with a glandular. That seems to be a really good at get it going, but you got to move that pus and mucus out of that head. Really, really important. Neurolymphatic massages, hot and cold showers, ear candling, all those tricks to get that stuff moving. All right. And move the lymph, and then go after the specific areas, like I said. You can do the gland tonics too. Okay. Yeah. So I guess it's the Fab 6 we're going to call it, because you got the Fab 4, you got the kidneys, adrenals, lymph, and GI tract, and then the fifth one is do a parasite cleanse, because the funguses will slow everything down, and then do the liver, gallbladder, because that will help with detoxification. So the Fab 6. I'm going to start calling it the Fab 6. Do the Fab 6, go after the pituitary, go after that head. Okay? Good, 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 good. I know I'm a broken record with that, aren't I? It's crazy. There's so much of it is tied to the same stuff. All right, I'm trying to get. Gosh, there's so many questions, and okay, I'm back. Okay, so we got Victor Roman. Okay, you sound new, Victor. Good to have you here. I am taking the GI Broom. Am I able to drink fluids during the first 2 hours? With the GI Broom, you want to wait 2 hours after or before you take any herbs, okay? Because and I would do it before you take any. I think fluids are fine, but the GI Broom will suck up everything, okay? It has a lot of things like the clays and the charcoals, and it'll suck all those things that you just paid a lot of money for in those herbs. It'll suck it out. I would wait 2 hours after or 2 hours before doing any herbs or any food. Okay, that's a good general recommendation. Okay. Omega 200,000 K. Also, Mark, do you recommend regular grapes or organic grapes? Organic seeded if you can get them, absolutely. But if you can't get them, do a real good veggie wash. Darker the better. Do a really good veggie wash on them. With the grapes, I like to take them, rinse them real good with just water, and then I hit them with salt, sea salt, and some baking soda, and I massage them. I try to get that white stuff off. That's where a lot of the toxins accumulate. And it's a waxy thing. It actually will help keep some of those pesticides from absorbing. But we want to get it off. And I can throw a little bit of white vinegar in there too, and get this bubbling action. Just kind of massage them and scrape them. Okay, but whatever you get your hands on. Dr. Morse says he has cured really, really tough cases with Walmart grapes. So good. So we got Kat, Aaron Davis. I just left long massage, but dry. Oh, I just left a long message. Must write. Now we'll listen. What about being over detoxed? Can't do many things. Greens and carrot. I drink most organic, only vegan now. Healing from Lyme and co-infection. All right. So this must have been. I don't know how you type this, but anyways. Okay. So. All right. Over detoxed. Now. Okay. Now I'm gonna assume that you mean over detox is you're in a healing crisis. Okay. You get the headaches, body aches, a lot of pus and mucus coming out, all that kind of stuff. Cold and flu-like symptoms, all that fun stuff. Sometimes your body opens up and pus starts coming out of the body. I mean, it can be crazy. So over detox, like I said, greens, salads, and cooked steamed veggies will slow it down. Okay, backing off on the herbs will slow it down. I drink organic only, vegan now, healing from Lyme. Okay, and co-infection. Can't do many things. Yeah, so learn the art of detox. Learn what going too fast is, but you don't want to go too slow. You want to hit that ceiling, but back off from that. Okay. And if you're feeling over detox, rest and regroup. Okay, and just back off. Okay. Watch that video, like I say, how to detox using fruit. It goes through all that kind of stuff. Okay, so relaxing visuals. From what I've learned from myself and others is that mucoid plaque is the main cause of your illness, and that is an autoimmune reaction. You have to remember the intestine is built to absorb the main cause of your illness. I don't know about that. Certainly, yeah, we want to get the mucoid plaque out of there, but I believe the main cause of the illness is acidosis throughout the body. It's just the gunked up lymphatic system. Certainly. There's many people that are malabsorbed, and there's many people that have inflamed bowels, and mucoid plaque is definitely a part of that. Absolutely. Intestines are meant to absorb. Absolutely. Yeah, good to get mucoid plaque out for sure. But I don't think it's the main cause of all our problems myself. We have Crispy. Hey, Mark, how do you feel about changing a dog to a vegetarian diet? I've tried with Bitsy. It's really hard. Dogs can survive without consuming. Can dogs survive without consuming any meat? What do you feed your dog? Yeah, I hear that there are some vegetarian dogs. Dogs are really not carnivores; they're omnivores. So they can. Bitsy's so spoiled, though. I do give her. I try to give her. Um, I used to have a vegan dry food that I would give her, but I would mix a little bit of meat in there. And I can't find that anymore. I probably have to order it online. But I get her something that has a lot of veggies in it, and I mix the meat with that. But I try to get her to eat mostly that. So, but she's so spoiled. She just loves it, and she'll just sit there and won't eat it unless I put a little bit of meat in there. So sorry. Got Darcy. Hello. Welcome back, Darcy. Hello, Mark, and our family here. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks. Yeah. I would like to ask you your opinion about ozone therapy. Love you and all. Love you too. I have an ozonator, and I used to make the ozone water. And man, I used to get real like giddy just drinking it. I think it's great. I'm just not. It's just not something I focus on. There's a lot of these therapies that they can help. Like I'm looking into the CBD oil, the cannabis, the turpentine. All these things can help, but you got to move lymph. So it's all based upon moving lymph. But these added things, like what I talk about, the ear candling, the dry skin brushing, all these things, they're good on top of these things, and they're necessary. Rebounding and deep breathing, all these things are wonderful, but you got to move lymph too. So, yeah, I play around with a lot of this stuff, and I know that pathogens have a hard time living in oxygen, so probably pretty good. But I haven't really been using my machine too much in the last few years. I over detox. Cat did. Okay. Relaxing visuals. If you take antibiotics, that damages the intestines. Yeah, and they just set off a firestorm, and you have a cluster of rotten food and bacteria leaking through the intestine wall right into the blood. I can feel that too. If I'm not eliminating, a lot, I feel the toxins going. I can feel myself actually feeling toxic, feeling stiff, and all that. So there's a lot of truth to that. And antibiotics destroy we have a lot of friendly bacteria in the body. That's why you want to stay away from those. I guess unless it's just a really super emergency. But a lot of people take way too many antibiotics. So that sets off the autoimmune. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the autoimmune word. I don't really believe in it. I really don't believe our body turns back on us. I think that's just a myth. It's another one of these sort of pies in the sky that we can chase through the medical community because they really don't know how to heal. So I think it's one of those diversions myself. Not necessarily a sinister thing. It's just they just don't know. They got so caught up in the pharmaceutical chemical world and the world of the mind and intellect that their narcissism has led them down a path that really doesn't work. All right, so Pat Worley, Mark, I think the white snowflakes are the mucus lining of the bladder that sloughs off. After the body expels acids, the bladder lining is stressed and needs to replace itself more often. Oh man, no, I tell you why I don't think that, Pat, is because I have had such unbelievable dumps of this stuff. Really, and just thick stuff. And look at Gino. Go look at some of Gino's videos. His whole jar is filled with this stuff. I don't believe that. But let me know where you got your information, and there might be a little bit of that in there. Who knows? Yeah, there might be a little bit of that in there. Sure. Rosaline Chow, Welch's grape juice. Yeah, we love that Welch's. Good stuff. We have got relaxing visuals. Also, I remember back in 2004 when mucoid plaque was just starting to be posted online. The info online said mucoid plaque was thick and hard as tire rubber, and they used a colonic type setup. Yeah, mine wasn't too thick or hard. It was just kind of, it was weird looking, thin, but yeah, very rubbery, very very rubbery and black. I don't want to gross you out, but it kind of looked like a hot dog string too. It was weird stuff. Healthy herbalist. Hey Joe, I can recommend Jennifer Daniels. Jennifer Daniels on the turpentine. Yeah, absolutely. And Sunfruit Dan. They both have many videos on turpentine, each of them on YouTube. Good recommendation. Thank you. Terrell, thank you. Yes, I definitely feel like I'm dancing with my body in every moment during this process. Yeah, it is a dance. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like dry fasting until all of my pain subsides. Good. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's very, very powerful. Gabrielis, the guy, he fell out of the air. Well, he was in a parachute contest and his chute didn't open properly. He hit the water. Thank God he could steer in the water. Hit it over 90 miles an hour. Was paralyzed. He is almost back fully. He's still got a little more work to do, but he says the true healing comes in while dry fasting. That's been his experience. He can feel the healing powers coming in on the dry. And he talks so much about the dry. He's such a spiritual guy. So he's done 15 days, you guys, without any food, any water, nothing. He's an amazing man. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the dry. Big fan of the dry. But be careful. Don't be a hero. So we got Cindy. Cindy James. Just woke up. Went to bed early at 9 o'clock Eastern. I'm going through a lot and will finish my health questionnaire soon. Good. Oh yeah, Cindy. Right. I'm waiting for you. Yeah. I always feel encouraged just listening a few minutes. Awesome. Yeah, good way to wake up and join us. That's awesome. Thank you. Rosaline, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I just need to be patient and keep plugging away. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you've heard all this stuff. Just keep digging, digging, digging. Okay? Relaxing visuals. And yeah, if you're digging, digging, digging and not getting anywhere, look at that pituitary. No question about that one. Relaxing visuals, I get a lot of results with DMSO, very powerful anti-inflammatory. Yeah, I hear that a lot. A lot of people would actually drive to Mexico to get it when you couldn't get it here because of arthritis. My stepmom had really arthritic fingers, and she swore by DMSO for her arthritis there. But Dr. Morse is really talks about the blowback of sulfur. That it does work for a while, but you get a blowback of the sulfur, which causes more, gumming up of the lymph, which will eventually cause you more acidosis. So I don't use it myself, but a lot of people have good results. But maybe it's temporary. I don't know. I remember when I was unconscious that I was going to drink some DMSO. I was listening to that guy that he's a paleo guy. I was insane listening to this guy, but he said that drinking DMSO was amazing, but he also said eating a ton of dead animals was amazing. So he's probably in a wheelchair by now. I don't know. But anyways, we got to be careful. Mama Inc. 9. Did you ever try the turpentine? No, I haven't tried it yet. It really stepped up my detox. Everybody's telling me, okay, it's in my cupboard. I feel really good, so I'm gonna have to maybe try this a little bit, you guys. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give it a try. I'll let you guys know. Butterfly Breakfast is signing out. Night all. Be blessed. You be blessed too, Butterfly Breakfast. Thanks for all your help and contributions. I love it. Okay, go to www.stopit.com. Hey, Justin Hasselhoff. Hey, Dustin Hasselhoff. Stopit.com. I don't know what this is all about. Go to stopit.com. Oh, that must be your website, and you're saying hi to Dustin. Okay, all right. Relaxing visuals. Ozone therapy helped me also, but man, oh man, you detox like nothing else if you are very toxic. So the ozone can kick out a healing crisis. Interesting. Relaxing visuals. I drank DMSO. Yeah, not a great idea. Yeah, that was probably the most foul tasting thing I thought the GI broom was foul, but this really took the cake. I could not get it down. It was disgusting. And my friend actually drank some of this. Wow. Got Sandy B from Australia. Greetings to you. Wow, I got through the stack. If anybody has some last minute questions, or if I missed you, let me know. But yeah, we're about an hour and 45 into this, and looks like we got through the stack. And God, we got a lot of great information and a lot of good stuff. Relaxing visuals. Thank you for everything you've added in here. Just a wealth of information, observations, and everybody. A lot of new people here. A lot of new people are really getting turned on to what we're talking about here, which is fantastic. And all over the world, yeah, this movement is spreading very, very rapidly. Because it does work and it's so simple and it's so in line with nature. I think there's a movement happening. I think that when the whole tech movement and all this stuff, we were putting, at least I was putting a lot of faith in science and technology and all that, and I think a lot of us have. And it kind of got into our food. And I always tell my story about the Tang. It was a breakfast drink. It was a powder, an orange powder, and they said it had more vitamin C than orange juice, and the astronauts drank it and all that. So as a kid, I would tell my mom, "Get me Tang. I don't want orange juice. I want Tang," because the astronauts love it and all that. But it it's garbage. And a lot of our food has a lot of chemicals in it and all this kind of stuff. Certainly all these medications that are all fancy, they're able to synthesize this vitamin and just all this stuff. Getting back to nature, getting back to simplicity, getting back to and understanding, getting acquainted with the power of nature and just how powerful we are when we step out of the way and cleanse our body so these forces can come back in the body. The power is amazing in many, many levels, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So I just hope you guys all can get on this path and feel that when that you go backwards before you go forwards with this thing too. That's the problem. When you start to uncover and kick up acid, you're going to feel like crap. But have the faith to push through that, and you come out the other side. When you have these healing episodes, you really feel terrible. It really gets real bad. You start emotionally detoxing. You start to lose your faith. There's a lot of things that happen, but eventually it can turn around. It does turn around if you stay with it, and you come into a much higher level. And then you go back down again a little bit, but each time you go down, you're at a higher level, and you keep moving up the ladder. So, anyways, we got a last minute question here from Sandy B. So, hi, so happy to join you. Good to have you here from Australia. I've been filtering for months, but I don't see sediment every day. Should I see that every day? Sorry for the late question. Yeah, we had that question earlier. It's a very popular question. It can be sporadic. Just keep those short-term dry fasting. Keep on the high fruit. Keep on those more astringent fruits, those citruses, all that kind of stuff. Watermelon's good. Stay off the junk, the meat, dairy, and grains, and learn about dry fasting. Keep the bowels moving. Keep do a month on some liver herbs, and just keep detoxing. And sometimes you'll get more filtration on the junk food. So it's a bit of an art, but you don't need to see it every day. Chances are you're seeing something every day, though. If you really shine a flashlight into it, you're going to see little speckles. You're seeing something, I'll bet you. Okay? All right. So yes, you should try. Relaxing Visuals says yes, you should try working out. We got Crispy. One more for me. Mark, what is the best way to remove a white patch in the middle of the tongue? What does that stem from? The tongue is part of the GI tract, so it's telling me that you still got to work on that GI tract. So keep doing that. You could take some Heal All Tea or Javana Detox All Tea, and you could, kind of swish in the mouth for 4 or 5 minutes to pull and move lymph in the mouth area. Do that a couple times. That's always really good for the gums and for the teeth and through the throat and tonsils and all that stuff. Really good to do. And to re-alkalize that mouth, get some test strips. If you're really acidic in the mouth, it can destroy your gums and teeth. So it's always good to alkalize that mouth. Okay, could be a sign that you're backed up in the head too. So you want to make sure that head is draining, transverse colon's draining, and all that stuff. Okay, relaxing visuals of the gut. You should try working out the gut. Okay, I'm a little lost on that thread. Relaxing visuals. Okay, so Simon, gonna ask about mid-back tingling. Is this an adrenal problem? It used to be a bit painful. It got better on the diet. Mid-back tingling. Okay, so yeah, the adrenals and kidneys are in the mid-back area. Is it toward the outside or the middle? It could be a nervous thing if it's more towards the middle. Um, painful area in there. I always go to the kidneys. I really do. You can massage those kidneys, get the kidneys filtering, of course. Um, Sometimes if you're moving a lot of acids through, let's say you're really, high fruit diet, some lymphatic herbs, and you're doing maybe a lot of rebounding or something, you're going to push a lot of acids through those kidneys and you can get a lot of pain. That's where slippery elm, marshmallow root teas come in real handy to calm that pain down. A little baking soda too and water can help you. I'm glad it's getting better though. We got Tony Marcos. Can we run a treadmill for 30 minutes while on a 48-hour dry fast? I wouldn't do that. I would keep acid production down to a minimum. I would be low key. Do we need to get hydrated after the workout? Well, yeah. I mean, so you would end your dry fast after that workout. I would just forget the workout during the dry fast. Okay, I would use that time to just not create acids. Anytime the body is functioning, anytime you're thinking, you're creating acids. Okay, but just keep function down. Meditation is wonderful. This isn't a perfect world, but just keep it to a minimum. Keep bodily movement to a minimum. Okay, and after such a long dry fast, you want to break that properly. Look at Master Fast System. They're experts on breaking a dry fast, a long dry fast like that. Okay? Good luck to you, Tony. Omega 200K, what's the best way to get the mucoid plaque out? Well, a high fruit diet do. It's the only, like I said, the only way I got it out was through master fasting. That's the only time I've ever seen mucoid plaque come out of me. Pasteurized grape juice with lemon, psyllium pudding, and the herbs, and dry fasting. That was it. Got it on day 8 the first time, day 2 the second time. So look at masterfastsystem.com. They're amazing over there. Really supportive people. It's very, very high level detoxification. Make sure you're ready for it. Okay? Make sure you follow that protocol to a T. Don't skip any steps or you could hurt yourself. We got Simon towards the middle of the back. Sounds like yeah, that sounds like kidneys. It could be towards the middle. Okay, so that could be some nerve issues with the spinal column there. Used to hurt. My kidneys used to hurt straight up. Okay, all right. Yeah, I would concentrate on those kidneys. Make sure those are moving out the acids. Even if it's nerves in that area, it's going to help remove pus and mucus from around there. So it can't hurt. Relaxing visuals. I highly suggest acupuncture. You have to remember you are made of energy, and acupuncture gets the energy channels working properly and gets the organs working right. Be careful. You need to find someone who knows what they are doing. They can make you more sick by making your adrenals weaker or by overpowering them. Yeah, these kind of ancillary things are real good. Acupuncture, I do like that. I do like chiropractors too, especially all you people with the head, neck, mouth issues, ear issues. A good chiropractic alignment is really good to get those channels lined up, and possibly some acupuncture too to get those meridians and all those channels flowing. Okay, good idea. All right, so that's it. Coming up on 2 hours. I'm gonna sign off unless we get a last minute punch in here. So really good session tonight. Lots of great questions. You guys are getting really, really good at this. And these go out to thousands of people. So a lot of people are really, really benefiting from all your knowledge and all your questions. So I really appreciate it. And thank you so much. One last thing coming. Maybe it's a good idea as I was balding. I was balding badly. Yeah, moving lymph from the head. You can actually regrow that hair. A lot of people have done it. It's all about acids in that scalp. Okay, so good night, everybody. Thank you so much, and God bless you all, and keep up the journey. Keep up the faith. and know that even if you're going through some down times, you're going to punch out on the other side a lot stronger. And yeah, the basis is really alkalizing the body down to the deep cellular level, getting into that lymph system and into those cells, and that the magic happens. And just alkalizing that deeply, and it brings in such amazing healing and such an amazing, such amazing energy and vitality and all these things. We can change the way we picture aging too, which is wonderful. Because God bless, God willing, we're all going to age. So you don't want to spend it with a walker, on a million medications, over at physical therapy every day. It's real sad. But we don't have to do that. So we're learning it. This can all turn around. Everything can regenerate. Everything can heal. Okay, you can return yourself back to your birthright. Okay. Got a last question here from Simon. Since nobody asked, I'm gonna ask one last question. What I'm seeing, so many things and so many people talking about awakening. Am I waking up? Simon, you wouldn't be here if you weren't waking up. This information would not have had any relevance to you unless you were waking up. So yes, you are waking up. Sorry if I asked too much. Absolutely not. That's a great question. You guys are all awakened souls. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. You'd be trapped in that pharmacy, food, medical, insurance company paradigm. You'd be trapped deeply in that. So yeah, congratulations on everybody's awakening that is listening at this point. Crispy, good night, Mark. Thank you for your service. Relaxing visuals as well. Oh, thanks, Crispy. You bet. Yes, massive awakening going on right now. Yeah, there is a massive awakening going on. It's so true. We can see it everywhere. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of turmoil. You can see that we're maybe on the verge of maybe a civil war here in this country. There's just too strong of a division. Yeah, but we'll get through it. We're going to have the insight, to get through all that. Relaxing vision. The dark power is being brought to the light. Yes, the dark forces that have been in control of our minds for so long are being fleshed out into the light. And some people want to hold on. If you're benefiting from that, in other words, if you're making money from that system, you're not going to see this. If you're, well, I'm not going to say all, but if you're a pharmacist, doctor, insurance provider, newscaster for the main media, all these kind of things, you don't want to see this. Okay, but yeah. It is being brought into the light. Simon, this is amazing stuff. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Good, yeah. Just keep listening. It all comes in. You've already got it. Your subconscious has got it. It's just going to bring it up to your everyday consciousness. Look up full moon reading and new moon reading on YouTube. Yeah, we got a new moon coming up here. That's a good time to start your tinctures, by the way, because that new moon is no moon, right? And then it starts waxing its way up and bringing power into those herbs. Good time to start those tinctures, everybody. A lot of people just do 15 days of tincture making on that new moon. Thanks, Mark, for hosting this every week. You bet, Brian. Absolutely. Thanks for showing up. We got Omega 200. Thank you so much, Mark, for your helpfulness and for helping so many people. God bless. God bless you too, Omega. Thank you so much. Susie Snowflake. Thanks, Mark. Deeply appreciate all info. Blessings, everyone. Blessings to you, Susie. Thanks, everybody. And spread the word. Help your friends and family. And giving is receiving. It's all the same energy. And actually, the more we give, the more we're going to receive. And ask for that healing to come in. And it will come. Okay? And just get out of the way. That's all we have to do. Okay, till next week. Signing off. God bless. And happy detoxing. And Bitsy says good night as well. All right.